Hello, everybody. Dirk Beveridge here, founder of Unleash WD and the executive producer of We Supply America, down here in Hollywood, Florida, at a fantastic first property, the Diplomat. And more importantly than the property, I'm down here at an amazing conference, the TUG, the user group, TUG, the Infor user group down here for distribution. And I got to tell you something. I'm going to try something here. I don't know as you're coming in. Hey, by the way, let me know when you come in if you're here. In fact, I'm going to open this up. Sorry, I'm out of my office, as you know. So what I want to do here is, bear with me. I'm coming. There we go. So, nope, I don't want that one. Dirk. All right. My best live ever. So as you're coming in, let me know that you're here. I'd really love to see you, and let me know that you're here and where you're coming in from. So, down here at TUG, the user conference for Infor distribution, and I got to tell you something. This conference is absolutely electric. It's alive with individuals and businesses who are responsible for leading their distribution business into the future. And at the core of all that is their use and maximizing of the Infor technology platform. And so we're at the Solution Center. I just got done doing a presentation on the noble calling of leadership, and coming out of the We Supply America tour, we identified that the very nature of leadership is changing. It's becoming more human. Technology can help us do that. And we just had a great breakout session on that. Now we're down here at the Solution Center, and I am in the Infor booth with some amazing individuals from Infor that I'm going to pull in here and introduce you to, and learn about all the goodness and insights that are coming from this electric user conference here down in Hollywood, Florida. So, if you don't mind, let's get started. And let me bring in my first guest, Kristen Summit. Kristen,
hey,
I'm a hugger, can I? Yeah, there you go. Good to see you, Kristen.
Good to see you too.
Hey, first, would you mind introducing yourself to everybody?
Yeah.
And
Awesome. So I am Kristen Summit. I'm the Senior Marketing Manager on the distribution side of Infor. So super excited to be here today. I've been working with Dirk for the last year now on all this awesome We Supply America content. So
well, we couldn't do it without you, and so thank you so very much. You know, we really, if we could not do this without Infor, and so thank you so much. So, Kristen, I use the word electric.
Yeah.
This conference truly is electric. You can feel the energy and everything. The keynote session today was really spectacular.
Yeah.
I was taking notes like crazy relative to Infor's vision for distribution.
Yep.
And for technology's role. So what was one or two highlights that you took from that keynote?
Yeah, so I think, for me, it was hearing from the leadership of our company and how our vision is really aligned to everything that our customers are trying to do, and that sincere customer focus that we have. And, I think the theme of this conference, too, being momentum, is really strong, because that's everything that we're trying to do at Infor as well, with, our software development side, but our sales team, our marketing team, all the cool stuff we're doing with you, just everything to think about that momentum and moving forward. And let's stop focusing on all the things, the disruptions that we've gone through, and really focus on how we can move forward with our customers.
That's so cool. So a couple things, right? That whole momentum theme, right? And we understand the disruptive forces and all that, but too often, we look at those as threats, and there are, right? And but there's also the opportunity in all those. So let's look at that. Let's have that mindset of driving the momentum forward, right? To seize the day and win it and all that. And then you also mentioned that customer focus. That stood out for me too in the keynote session. And what really stood out to me is even the organizational changes that you all are making to absolutely commit, even compensation structures of your employees, to commit not to achieve your goals, your revenue objectives in life, but to achieve your customers' desired outcome.
Exactly.
And that stood out like crazy.
Yeah, and I think one of my favorite quotes that I heard this morning from John Frank was around, let's stop focusing on just the small T of technology, but bring our whole culture to the large T of transformation.
So small T of technology to the large T of transformation. So how do you interpret that? What was he saying there?
Yeah, I think that means that we need to stop being just a vendor. There's so many companies out there, technology companies, who are all focused on the sale, but not on the customer life cycle with us after.
Yeah.
I think, one of them talked about us thinking about our customer relationship in terms of decades. And that was really cool to me, because it's not about the moment we make the sale, it's about the whole decade, the decades of the lifetime afterwards.
So I heard the same thing during the keynote, and it reminds me of an amazing distributor who happens to be an Infor customer, Benco Dental.
Yeah.
And one of their whole mindsets of management is that they do think in decades,
Yep.
not quarter.
Yeah.
And now tying that to how we look at technology to drive the momentum for the businesses is absolutely super cool. So Kristen, would you do me a favor?
Yeah.
We'll continue to talk.
Sure.
But there's some other individuals
definitely.
that I'd like to pull in. Is that all right?
Yes, of course.
So I'll pull you back in. All right. Thanks. So let's welcome in Mike
Thanks,
Mazzoni. Mike, my good friend. How are you,
Good
buddy?
to see you.
You and I saw each other yesterday,
Yes.
and we said hello and all that. And then after we left, was this the first time that we actually met in person? We've been virtual so many times, but
It is. We've done I don't know how many these virtual conferences, webinars, whatever you want to call them. Had great conversations, but yes, first time in person.
Yeah.
I was excited to finally meet you.
And vice versa.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Mike, would you tell us about what you do for Infor, please? Let's start
Sure.
there. Yeah.
So I'm part of our solution consulting team. So I manage a team, and my team is dedicated to the distribution space or distribution customers. And really what our role is to work with both our existing customer base as well as prospective new customers, understand what their goals are. And when we talk about goals, it's not just technology. We're talking about strategic goals. We're talking about operational goals, right? But then really come back and present the solutions that we have that can help them to achieve those goals. So I love it because I get to learn something every day about the customers we talk to.
Yeah.
What are they doing? How are they doing things differently? And then kind of how can our technology help and influence them to
I love
get
it. Is
where
there?
they're trying to go.
I don't know if this is a good question, but I'm going to ask it.
Sure.
Is there a one or two, these customer outcomes that I heard today that you're all so committed to, right? You and your consulting team, are there certain outcomes that are, as we're coming out of this pandemic, that your customers are really yearning, right, to find solutions for that work their way into your conversations?
Absolutely. So I think there are a number that we focus on, right? And at a high level, it's making it easier to do business. Customer experience, you might call it, but how do we enable our customers? How do our customers enable their customers to do business with them easier?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Of course, it's operational. Top line revenue, minimize costs.
Okay.
Across the board, where do we see? And there's where technology really can come in. How do we leverage tools like automation? How do we manage exceptions better?
Yep.
It sounds simple,
But
too many people are looking at everything when they should only be looking at those that fall outside of what we
Right.
define tolerance.
Right.
And so, these are kind of some of the key areas that we hear over and over again.
I love it. So, Mike, thanks so much. So, you mentioned that we've been on, a number of webinars and the like together, and I appreciate, what we're doing together with We Supply America and all that. Let me just ask you. This is all off the cuff.
Okay.
We Supply America. When you think about this noble calling of distribution, when you think about those customers that you and your team interact with,
Right.
how would you describe these businesses?
So, first of all, I've been doing this for a long time, 20 plus years, and these businesses that I work with are awesome. They're concerned for their employees.
Yep.
They want to make sure their employees are not only effectively enabled for their job, but are happy. It's a family, right?
Yeah.
These are family
Without
businesses.
question.
They want to make sure they're providing, and it's the number one thing, is how do we provide the highest level of service to our customers? And those are the kinds of core values. I mean, we come back to that keynote speech, right? That we're bringing in at Infor, what we hopefully have had, but are re-emphasizing, right?
Yes.
And so, to me, this kind of atmosphere, I love it coming back here. We've missed it for the last couple of years.
Yep.
It's like a family.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing people that I've seen every year for the last 10 years that I talk to on the phone every once in a while, but to get together in person.
Yes.
And right now you're keeping me from happy hour. But no,
well, it's all right because I'm not being kept from it. All right. But to that point, this is my second TUG, and I think what separates TUG from other user groups and the like is this family atmosphere that everybody seems to know each other. Everybody seems to be willing to share. Everybody is here to lift everybody together.
Yep.
And I find that super inspiring, super cool. And maybe there's a tie to what you do in your consulting group. That you guys, you and your team, it's all about lifting these distributors.
I would agree. I mean, that's why I love my job. And I tell my team every day we're lucky to be doing what we're doing. Sometimes it's hard, challenging, and sometimes you're on the road and traveling and getting home late. But to be able to work with these companies, to have that really more intimate relationship, that family type feel, and know that we're going to be able to help them to achieve those goals, to change the way they do business, to better serve their customers.
I love it.
Yeah, I do too.
And Mike, if you don't mind, I everybody that knows me knows this, is I'm not the technologist, right?
Okay.
I don't know the technology like you and your team. But what I do know is people. And what I do know is what you just said is absolutely what I see and what I feel.
Right.
Is that the entire family of Infor really does have this deep commitment to helping our customers find that momentum that Kristen talked about, right?
Yep.
To absolutely win the future. Last thing, if you had to use one word to describe what's going on here at TUG, what would that one word be?
The word that came to mind is fun.
Yeah.
And we're having a lot of fun. Even the conversations
Thus-
around work, how can we do this? It's fun. We're
Solving
solving
problems.
We're moving forward. And the fun continues, and
The fun continues because he said he's missing happy hour, and that means we're done with the conversation. So I think you're going to go on.
All right.
Michael, my man, thanks, buddy. Okay.
All right, Dirk.
Great seeing
We'll
you.
talk to you soon.
Hey, thanks so much. All
Yeah,
right.
you got it.
Thank you. All right. Let's bring in somebody else here, you guys. I got to introduce you to a gentleman by the name of Steve Levy. Steve, come on in, my friend.
Hey, Dirk.
Good to see you. It's been about a month or so.
It's been a month. It's great to see you, though. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. We're
thanks for having
live
us.
on LinkedIn here.
Hey, guys.
Yeah. So, Steve, introduce yourself to everybody, and don't leave out the fact that you are sixth generation.
Generation, yes. Hi, my name is Steve Levy. I'm the Vice President of Enterprise Architecture for the distribution industry at Infor, and I have been in distribution for 106 years. My great-great-great-great-grandfather opened a distribution
That's
house.
five.
That's
Great-great-great,
five.
yeah.
But then grandfather, that's the sixth.
Got it. Yeah.
In 1904. And every man in my family has been doing distribution ever since. And Dirk, which is why I love you so much.
Okay.
I mean, when the world changed and people got locked in, distributors never did. Our boxes had to move.
Yeah, absolutely.
We were responsible for fixing the toilet paper shortage.
Right.
And you immediately went out there and celebrated the heroes in distribution. I mean, we're not real glamorous. We're just kind of scrappy, moving boxes and getting it done. You said these people deserve recognition, and you went out and you celebrated us all. And for that, I'm grateful on behalf of the industry.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And man, that means a lot to me, and I appreciate it. And, we're like-minded there. And, let me drill down on that a little bit more. A little bit ago, we talked about this concept of, we got to obliterate the concept of distribution is not a sexy business. I think you have an alternative view.
Yeah. I think distribution is really sexy. I always have.
That's probably what you're attracted to me.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, ultimately, we take care of our trading partners, and there's nothing sexier than taking care of your partner's needs. I mean, it's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, no doubt. And then even let's drill down to the warehouse. What I remember the story you told me is, when you go in a warehouse and you see, these perfectly aligned aisles, right? Do you remember that? Tell me you're thinking about that.
To me, I just find the organization in a perfectly clean distribution center and a warehouse to be really kind of exciting. It's a lot because I'm a geek, but really I understand the work and the love that goes into it.
Yes.
It doesn't happen automatically. It doesn't happen without the receivers, the put away guys, the pickers being a little clean. taking off the shrink wrap in its totality and not just leaving plastic hanging there.
Yeah.
It requires a village to make a DC that organized, and I just
look at the passion for this. It's absolutely amazing. So, what's going through my mind is, so you've got this 106 years of distribution in your blood. I can see your passion, when you talk about it this way. So, what is it about technology then that excites you in this picture as well?
Well, I mean, technology is obviously really important to me. I was a programmer. I worked for a software company. But it's really just a means to an end. It's the ability to serve our customers better. Yeah. It's the ability to give them, the distribution customers the experience that they want. Yeah. It's to be able to answer, where is my truck, when a customer calls and says, I need straws before my noon rush. And we can say, oh, it'll be there by 11:30. It's 2 stops away.
It's amazing, right?
That technology as an enabler to make us closer to our customers is really where the sweet spot is.
So it makes so much sense, right? What you just described, I mean, it's obvious. I mean, if I could have that capabilities, I would want it, right?
Sure.
So what do you think are some of the hurdles that are stopping, that prevent or stop, some of our distributors that we love from being able to, make the decision and implement what makes so much sense?
Well, I think we have a twofold problem or opportunity in front of us. One thing that's working as a headwind against us is really just people's resistance to change.
Yep. Okay.
Nobody likes change.
Yep.
The other thing that's really working against us now more than ever is we're all really busy.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone in distribution are lean and mean, right?
Darn right.
We don't have extra bodies sitting around for these extra projects. We all want to be customer obsessed. We all want to be closer and stickier to our customers. But it's tough for us to actually step back and say, okay, I'm going to dedicate 5 resources over the course of 3 months to get her done.
Right.
We're too busy moving boxes and really, being heroes and making sure our trading partners' needs are all met.
Yeah, it's something about distribution, right? And as you're saying, is that we're so committed, right, to our customers. We're so committed to getting that job done. It does take a discipline. It does take a mindset to say, we need to stop and get away from the business and think about what we want to become and how technology can make us get there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's what we heard from the other guys and from the keynotes this morning, right, is in order to be customer focused, you need to dedicate resources to focusing on the customers.
Yeah. So, and maybe you just answered it, but what's one thing that stood out to you from the keynote this morning?
That was probably it. Just our 100% obsessive focus on our customers and our customers' customers, because it's the only way that we can be successful is when they're all successful.
Yeah, no doubt. Last thing then too, Steve, if you don't mind, I've used the word electric. I think it's electric here. Mike talked about the family atmosphere. How would you describe what's going on here this week?
I don't know that I've actually been able to consume it. I'm just overwhelmed with joy. I'm so happy to be back amongst the family and amongst distribution as an industry.
Great, isn't it?
But it's really thrilling to me.
Yeah, it is. Steve, thanks so much, man.
Thanks so
Great
much.
To see you. All right.
Great to see you
and
too.
Let's keep it going. All right.
I'll see you on the road, man.
All right. Be well. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, guys, just absolutely fantastic down here in Hollywood, Florida, at the Diplomat Hotel I won't even try to say which one it is, but at the TUG conference, there are so many distributors down here, those that are responsible for developing the strategy for their technology going forward and the implementation of it. And the commonality of it here is that everybody here is committed to working with that Infor team and that customer obsession that we heard in the keynote today, and then also with the individuals that we heard here with me today. So it's been absolutely fantastic, and she's looking around, but I'm going to pull her in anyway. All right, Kristen, come on in, and if Dan comes, we'll see him. So, Kristen, welcome back. Thanks
thank you.
Thanks for having me. So, it's so cool. It is so cool. So, let me ask you, you've been with Infor for how long?
A little over a year.
Little over a year. So, what is it about Infor that has absolutely pulled you in and said, because you guys, I got to tell you something. This woman, this person, Kristen, my goodness, her work ethic, her brilliance, her creativity, her desire to drive outcomes is just so inspiring. And you do it with a limited team because you got some hires to make, right?
That's true. Labor shortage, like everybody.
Right?
Yeah.
But man, you're supporting so many people with what you do from the marketing side. So what is it about this organization that attracts you and makes you do the great work you do?
Yeah, I mean, I think part of it is that, we get to try so many cool things in marketing. It's Coke has these really interesting values.
So Coke, yep.
So Infor is owned by Coke Industries,
yep.
And we're implementing these new values. So I think it was maybe 2 years ago that they bought Infor, and a couple of the ones that they talked about today
yeah.
were this idea of principled entrepreneurship, which I think you had the mindset of ownership,
yeah.
is what you talk
yep.
about. And it's so cool that they actually put that into practice.
Yeah.
So, being in marketing, like, I get to make the decisions about what kind of programs we're going to run, like working with you. And
yeah.
it's it's not just the same old every day, but I get to work with so many cool customers. Like, we did a couple customer videos while we were here, and hearing their stories, like, it makes it all real, like what we're doing.
Yeah. It is.
So, yeah.
And making it real what we're doing. We're going to go back out on the road again for season 2 of We Supply America.
Yep.
Thanks in large part to you, Kristen. And so what is it about We Supply America that says, last year, the way I word it is, you made a bet on it. It was an idea. It was a napkin idea, right?
Yep.
And then you made a bet on it. And now we're partnering again for the second year.
Yeah.
What is it about We Supply America that fits with the ethos, if you will, of Infor?
Yeah, so I think, it's the idea that we get to highlight our customers in a way that's not just talking about what we do for them. It's talking about what they do, what they bring to the world, to America, and just highlighting the value of what they bring, but that means that reflects on us as well. So if we're helping them do what they do best through our technology, that means that we have a piece of that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think with We Supply America and all the cool videos and stories that have come out of it, our team has gotten more excited about it too. Everybody in sales, in support, everything, they can see those stories and realize what we're helping drive. That
if I will, and this isn't a stretch, that truly what you do is noble, right? Because when you help these independent, not always, but the ones that we spend a lot of time with, these businesses survive. It isn't easy.
Yeah.
When you help them survive, grow, and compete and win.
Yep.
I don't know. I find that kind of noble.
I know.
You know
and I think we have Dan back, so I'm going to bring him in.
Yeah, and there's another
he has
Dan
a question
there too.
For you.
Oh, no.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
That's not fair. I can turn this live off.
I know.
All right.
Yeah, he's going to put you on this.
All right, so let's do that. Mr. Mangan, come on in. Come on in. All right, you can have that. I'm going to have a little sip as well. All right, so again, guys, welcome everybody. Welcome. We're coming to you live from the TUG User Conference. There's the Diplomat Hotel in Hollywood, Florida is absolutely alive, on fire, it's electric, fabulous. Isn't it? So, Dan, let's say hello to everybody, introduce yourself, and then I want to find out why you use the word fabulous.
Okay, well, hi everybody, Dan Mangan. I run all accounts that are active on our Infor Go Forward solutions, right? Our killer ERPs like Cloud Suite Distribution Enterprise, and some of the warehouse management products. And I think this is fabulous for about 3 reasons. Number one, gotten more done in like half a day than it would have in 3 weeks of virtual meetings. I mean, there's nothing like getting face to face, so everybody get out there.
Yeah.
Number two, just the collaboration and the ideas, right? There's hundreds of people here, and everybody's got an idea, and it's really excellent in the distribution community because it's like a rising tide lifts all boats. Some of the ideas seem pretty crazy, but a lot of crazy people have come up with great ideas, and they really help everybody. And the third reason really is just partnerships, and with Dirk Beverage and
We Supply America.
No, I know that We Supply America. I was trying to remember the other one. Your acronym.
Unleash WD.
There you go. Unleash WD. I apologize.
That's
folks.
all right.
It is happy hour here too.
Yeah.
But it's spectacular just with this partnership and all the other partnerships that we have in order to just better an industry. So that's why I'm pretty psyched. It's a great time.
So before I forget, that's so cool. So 2 things stick out to me, and don't let me forget: bettering an industry, and then this customer obsession, right? And that we heard from today. So let's go to customer obsession. And you guys, will you help me remember the second one that I already forgot?
Yeah, it's fabulous.
Fabulous. No, okay. So the customer obsession. So you are responsible for the accounts that are already on Infor. Is that right?
That's correct.
All right.
Yes.
And so I heard on the stage that part of being owned by Coke and learning from them and the principles and all that. And it's that the organization Infor is really committing to listening to the customer so that we can drive solutions for their future.
That's very well put, yes.
Okay. So what is yours and your team's role in that listening to help drive not only your customer's business, but your platform for the future as well?
I think the primary thing is to understand the strategy and what they expect out of their business and how we can help them do that.
Yep.
It's the simplest way to put it.
Cool. All right, they said that you had a question for me?
Yeah, it actually is around customer obsession and customer centricity. We're here at a technology conference. It's hundreds of customers having relationships, but technology is the foundation of everything we're talking about. And I was just thinking about, your travels last year and, the great interviews that we saw, and you and I met up at First Supply. When you look at technology, how do you see that impacting customer experience, more important, customer intimacy in the future?
Thanks for the question. The word I use, and because I believe it down to my core, coming off those 97 days, 34 different businesses, is I believe business in a digital age. We have to just pause and think about ensuring that we maintain and enhance the humanity in business.
Okay.
And so to me, the question is, how does technology, and I'm not saying I have the answers, right? I want to drive this conversation. To me, the question is, how does technology not only help us drive improved performance, productivity, business outcomes that we're so focused on, which we need.
Right.
But I think we also need to ensure that our businesses are made up of human beings. And so how does the technology not only enhance our business outcomes, but how does the technology enhance our customers' lives? And so one example in this customer experience, I don't know, right, is that if there is a plant mechanic, right, that is concerned about downtime of the equipment and the like, and if technology can help me as a mechanic in that plant, right, make sure that when I shut this plant down for that preventative maintenance,
right,
that I've made all the right decisions, and so that the parts are there that I need. I've worked with my supplier to ensure that my plant continues to function, but I know that the technology has helped me make those right decisions, and it's fulfilling my potential in being the best damn mechanic that I could be. Does that make sense?
Yeah, the last part is really key, and I think of it from the relationship perspective too. Is technology should handle all of the transactional aspects of the relationship. In your case, you're talking about having the right parts, having the documentation so he or she can get the job done at their fingertips, and so that they can do their job. So in a customer experience, I think about it as there's a lot of transactional stuff that should just happen. And then you and I, if I'm your customer or vice versa, what we're doing is we're really talking about our business and what's important to our business. And I really dug that you said what's important to your lives, right? Because we always have to remember that the person you're talking to, and especially in technology, when you're dealing with like IT folks, right? And their life and their personal outcomes are heavily dependent upon the quality of the relationship and the business outcomes that they provide, right? And so you have, the more you can remove like this transactional stuff, the more that you can actually have these interactions that focus on personal and professional outcomes.
Without question. Daniel, thank you, buddy.
Cool. Hey, thanks. I appreciate it.
No, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. And I agree with you. It is absolutely fabulous here.
Can we bring the general manager of distribution
I would
on?
love to. Yes, please. Thanks so much. Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks. Bring them in. All right. So just so you guys know, I freaked out a little bit when Dan was walking away saying, "Oh my God, is it on? Did I hit the right button?" And it is. So we're on. Dan, can I bring you in, man?
Hey, what's going on?
Dan, good to see you, buddy.
Good
to see you, buddy. Good to see you. So I'll ask you to hold that, all right?
All right.
So, number one, thanks for having us here and the partnership and the like, and really appreciate it. Dan, would you mind introducing yourself to everybody out there in LinkedIn Live?
Hey, everyone. Dan Default here, GM of the distribution business here at Infor. Here with Dirk. Appreciate you having me on screen today.
No, I got to tell you something, Dan. I was in that keynote today, and you did a masterful job of leading the conversation. What are one, two, or three key lessons that you hope everybody that attended TUG, right, and now on LinkedIn Live remembers and takes away back to their business?
I think the number one thing is that we have to really focus on our customers.
Yep.
And really meet them where they are.
Yeah.
And understand what is their journey with you, right? And for us in our business, right, being on the technology side, it is that we have so many customers trying to get live on our products right now.
Okay.
We've done so well, and so really it's humbling to say we have all these lofty goals.
Yeah.
But really just getting down to what is the thing I have to do the most for this customer today.
Cool.
And that today for our customers is getting them live and happy.
Yeah.
Get their users settled, get the
Yeah.
projects settled, and then we can go on to the lofty things like driving value in their organizations and transformation and all these other wonderful things that they can do with cloud. I just came out of a session that we're talking about AI and machine learning that's all enabled by having your data in the cloud and how we're attaching to all of that. But we gotta do job one first.
I love it. Can I so just today, I was having a conversation with an Infor customer, who I believe is going to be one of our 8 featured businesses that we're going to create the documentary film with them and all that. And I'm really pulled into them because they're making decisions. I heard it up on the stage for the long term, right? Thinking about decades, not quarters.
Yeah.
And their go live date, I think this is about 5 or 6 months from now.
Mm-hmm.
And the thought that is going into it, right? The change management and the partnering with Infor, as you say, job one, to make that happen. And it's inspiring to see the depth of thought and the collaboration. And then the realization for them, and I'd like your thought on this, is that this is the first time they've done this. When they've implemented this technology in the past, they would do it branch by branch.
Yeah.
And now they're going to flip the switch to 45 branches. So day one, that customer focus. What's your greatest hope, I guess, in terms of your team working with this business and others to be able to make that happen, as you say, job one?
Yeah, so when I look at these projects, and particularly these big go-lives, right,
Yeah.
on go-live weekend,
Yeah.
right, we always try to wonder who, and align an exec sponsor for these massive go-live weekends.
Yeah.
Often. We say, what I really look for is, what is job one as a distributor? Job one is to get product out the door.
Yeah.
Right? So it's, okay, Monday morning comes, our product's moving out of the warehouse.
Cool.
Listen,
Love it.
a go
Let's
live,
net it out. Let's net it out.
Like,
Net it
just net it out. Like,
Yeah.
listen, it's going to be tough, right? You're going to have things that don't work right. People that don't know what button to push. Someone that didn't do their enablement
That's
or
so cool.
cheated
Yes.
on their test or whatever the case is, right? But at the end of the day, did a box go out the door the time it was supposed to on Monday morning, so that
cool.
that plumber is able to go fix
Beautiful.
whatever it is he's going to work on that
Yeah.
day. Right?
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. So when you look at, if you don't mind, when you look at this conference, when you look at the individuals that you've been interacting with, your customers, right? How would you describe, A, what's going on and the people that are attending here?
Wow, I'll tell you, I had after, and I know I still traveled through COVID, right, as our distributors went to work.
Yeah.
But I was still holed up as many others were as well. And to come and see at scale our customers, I think the number one thing was the pure excitement and enthusiasm about what they do, what is in their business, their mission of what they're out delivering, and being a partner with us to do it. The humbleness, the passion for it, it just is absolutely unbelievable. It's cool. I went into some meetings that I thought, this one is going to be a tough one today, man. And listen, we all have those, right?
Yeah.
And to see, literally, we start the meeting with a hug, and we go through it, and I'm like, I don't even deserve this treatment. This was, we had a challenge over the last couple of years. And they're like, no, you don't understand. This is what we need is you by our side right now.
Cool.
And being a good partner, and vice versa.
Yeah.
And I have seen more of that over the the last couple of days and continue to see it. I'm just thrilled to see it.
You know, and with Dan, before you, Dan, you know, I talked about the human side of things, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what you're getting to, right? At the end, business is human, and the Infor platform, right, is absolutely, you know, the modern platform for distributors going forward, I believe. And in the end, right, it's this human-to-human connection and this undying customer obsession that I heard about today and that you talked about.
Yeah.
That truly makes it all work. And that, to me, is inspiring as all get out.
Absolutely. Well, it's been inspiring to me to watch you on your journey, going around the country, talking to our customers and other distributors out there and listening to their passion. And it certainly invigorates me to continue doing what we're doing, to see them out there doing the good that they do.
You're super kind. Dan, and we couldn't be doing this without you. Kristen saw the vision. There were conversations. Ultimately, you were one of the ones that said, yes, let's do this. And I appreciate it, man. It's the partnership's fantastic.
We appreciate partnering you and to see all the good you're doing out there, too.
Thanks, my friend. All right. And thanks for
you.
having us. Thank you.
Take care.
All right. Thank you. Thanks. All right. So there you have it, you guys. Live from TUG, the Infor Distribution User Conference down here in Southern Florida. It truly has been electric. It's a fabulous, fabulous environment. And the learning that is going on, about creating the future for the distribution and how a modern platform such as Infor, which is actually built for distribution, industry specific, is truly fantastic. So everybody, thanks for joining me. Over the camera is Kristen. Kristen, thanks for having us. And this is Dirk, about ready to go to happy hour, and not in the RV, because I'm going to have a little sip. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you out on the road, everybody. Okay? Thanks.